So, where is the future of AI actually being built? Is it in these massive, sprawling data centers we call the cloud? Or is it something a lot closer to home, like right here in the palm of your hand? That's the huge question we're diving into today. Yeah, everyone loves a good old-fashioned tech showdown, right? Cloud AI versus edge AI. It feels like one of them has to win. But what if I told you the real story, the actual future, is way more interesting than just picking a winner? All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll get to know our two main players, the cloud brains and the edge reflexes. Then we'll look at the on-device power play. Why is edge AI such a big deal? We'll dive into how it gets so smart, check out the hybrid revolution, and finish with a roadmap for what's coming next from 2025 to 2030. Okay, first up, cloud brains, edge reflexes. Let's really get to know the two sides of this coin because they are fundamentally different. So let's paint a picture here. Cloud AI, that's your heavyweight boxer. It's massive, it's centralized in these huge data centers, and it packs an unbelievable punch in terms of raw power. But then you have edge AI. Think of it more like a lightning-fast martial artist. It's compact, it's local, living right on your device, and its whole game is about speed and efficiency. And this is where it gets really interesting, when you look at the constraints they each operate under. You see, a big cloud model can have over 100 billion parameters running on huge clusters of power-hungry GPUs. But an edge model, we're talking less than 7 billion parameters running on a super low-power chip in your phone that sips energy in microwatts. And this leads to two massive wins for the edge. Latency is almost zero, and maybe most importantly for you, your data stays right there on your device. And just to put that scale into perspective, look at this number, 671 billion parameters. That's what a huge cloud model like DeepSeek R1 is working with. I mean, that's where that incredible deep reasoning power comes from. It's just mind-boggling. And then you have this. A super efficient on-device model, say from Apple, is working with just 3 billion parameters. It's a tiny fraction of the size. So you can see, this isn't just a different league, it's a completely different sport. It forces these models to be incredibly smart and efficient with what they have. Okay, so if edge AI is so much smaller, you might be thinking, well, what's the big deal? Why is everyone so excited? Well, it turns out that being small is its secret weapon. Let's talk about its superpowers. First off, it's fast, like really fast. Because everything happens right on your device, you cut out that round trip to the cloud and back. We're talking 10 to 50 times faster. And this isn't just about your web pages loading quicker. Think about a self-driving car or augmented reality glasses. Milliseconds matter. Lag is not an option. Okay, now look at this one. 10,000 times more energy efficient. That is not a typo. Running an AI task on your phone can use 10,000 times less power than doing the same thing in the cloud. This is the absolute game changer. It's why we can have powerful AI on a device that has to last all day on a tiny battery. And of course, what does insane efficiency mean? It means it's way, way cheaper. We're talking over 1,000 times cheaper for tasks that are running constantly. Suddenly, the entire financial model for deploying AI gets flipped on its head. So this all leads to the big question, right? How in the world do you cram so much brain power into such a small, efficient package? Well, it's not actually magic, but it's pretty darn close. It's a combination of some brilliant software tricks and a hardware revolution. It all comes down to this cool process called a compression pipeline. Think of it in 3 steps. First, you have knowledge distillation. That's where a small student model basically learns from a giant teacher model in the cloud. Then you have quantization, which is a fancy way of saying they make the numbers inside the model simpler and smaller. And finally, pruning, where they literally just snip away all the parts of the model that aren't doing much work. It's kind of like AI bonsai. And that middle step, quantization, that has been a massive breakthrough. We can now shrink these models by over 75% with almost zero drop in how smart they are. So that old idea that a smaller AI had to be a dumber AI, yeah, that's completely out the window. But it's not just software. You need the right engine to run it. And that's where NPUs come in, neural processing units. You probably have one in your phone right now. Think of it like a special co-processor that's built for one job and one job only, running AI tasks super fast and super efficiently. It's the hardware that makes all this software magic possible. Okay, so we've got the heavyweight cloud and the nimble edge. We've seen what they can both do. But here's the twist I hinted at earlier. The real future isn't about picking a side. It's not versus, it's and. And this is what we call a hybrid architecture. It's actually a beautiful idea. Your device on the edge acts as the quick thinker. It handles all the instant stuff, recognizing your face to unlock, understanding a quick voice command. But when you need some heavy lifting, some really deep analysis, it knows to phone a friend. It seamlessly passes that job to the deep reasoner in the cloud. You get the best of both worlds, speed and power, perfectly balanced. Now, this hybrid model is the key that unlocks the next big thing you're going to hear a lot about, agentic AI. This is where your devices stop being just tools that wait for you to tell them what to do. Instead, they start working together as a smart team, an ecosystem of you. So imagine traffic is bad. Your car tells your calendar you'll be late. Your calendar automatically reschedules your first meeting, and your smart home adjusts the thermostat because you won't be back for another hour. All of that happens on its own. That's the agentic future. So where is all this headed? Let's pull out the crystal ball and look at a roadmap for the next few years. It's coming faster than you think. Get ready because the next 5 years are going to move fast. By next year, having AI on your phone that gets text, images, and audio all at once will just be normal. By 2026, we'll start seeing these wild new brain-inspired chips. Fast forward to 2028, and the little AI in your pocket will be as good at certain jobs as the giant cloud models are today. And by 2030, this hybrid model won't even be a discussion. It'll just be how everything works. And there are a few key technologies driving this whole train. Neuromorphic computing, those brain chips we talked about for ultimate efficiency. Federated learning, this is super cool. It's a way for all our devices to learn from each other without ever sharing our private data. And of course, 6G. The next generation of connectivity is literally being designed to be the nervous system for all this AI. So to sum it all up, remember that versus from the beginning, edge versus cloud? Turns out it was never really a fight. The future is about intelligent orchestration. It's a partnership, a symphony between the two. And that leaves us with one final, pretty deep question to chew on. As we race towards this future where our devices are making decisions for us, anticipating our needs, it's worth asking, who's really in charge? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.